You are the President of the United States, Washington, D.C., April 14th, 1865. 5 days ago, General Lee surrendered at Appomattox, and for the first time in 4 years, you allow yourself to breathe. This morning, you tell your cabinet about a strange dream from the night before. Floating on a boat toward an unknown shore, a dream you've had before every major turning point of the war. Tonight, you and Mary plan something ordinary for once, a play at Ford's Theater. A few hours of forgetting the weight you've carried since 1861. Your bodyguard that evening is a man named John Parker, a policeman with a history of drunkenness and dereliction already on his record. You do not know this detail will matter in a few hours. You are the most powerful man in the country, and tonight your protection depends entirely on one unreliable stranger. You are seated in the presidential box above the stage, Act 3 of a comedy called Our American Cousin. John Parker, your guard, has left his post entirely, wandering to a nearby tavern for a drink during intermission and simply never returning. The door to your box sits completely unguarded. A man named John Wilkes Booth, a famous actor, a Confederate sympathizer enraged by the South's collapse, walks freely into the theater. He is recognized by staff who let him pass without question because everyone in Washington knows his face from the stage. He has already spent weeks plotting this exact moment with a small group of conspirators, originally planning to kidnap you, then shifting to something final once Richmond fell. You are laughing at the play, holding Mary's hand, completely unaware that Booth has stepped into the small hallway directly behind your box. He waits for a specific line in the performance, one that always draws the loudest laugh from the audience, timing his entrance to mask the sound of what comes next. He opens the door. He raises a small pistol just inches from the back of your head. He fires once. This sound is nearly swallowed entirely by the audience's laughter below. Major Henry Rathbone, a guest sharing your box, lunges at Booth immediately and is slashed badly across the arm with a knife for the effort. Booth leaps from the box down onto the stage itself, putting his leg on landing, and shouts a Latin phrase before limping out through the back of the theater into a waiting horse. You are carried across the street to a modest boarding house, laid diagonally across a bed too short for your full height, because there is no time to find anywhere better. Doctors crowd the small room throughout the night, understanding almost immediately that nothing can actually be done. Mary is eventually asked to leave the room entirely, her grief too overwhelming for those trying to work. Your own son Robert stands quietly against the wall for hours, watching his father slowly fade in near silence. Cabinet members arrive one by one throughout the night to keep vigil. You die the following morning at 7:22. The first American president ever assassinated, just 5 days after the war you spent 4 devastating years fighting finally actually ended. Booth is tracked down 12 days later, cornered in a Virginia barn, and shot by a Union soldier who ignores orders to take him alive. Your funeral train travels nearly 1,700 miles back toward Illinois over the following weeks, and millions of Americans line the tracks in every town it passes through, silently watching the man who held their fractured country together make his final journey home. And now you are history.